Hey guys, it's Jordan, the Urban Outlander. Thanks for joining me. We're here to talk about Outlander Season 5, Episode 7, The Ballad of Roger Mac. Let's just get this out of the way first up. All my fears came true. I had just one fear, and it was the Mertz Affair, and it all happened. And I may have gone through a few tissues. I have not cried this hard since Claire lost baby Faith in Season 2. So there's a lot of tears. They just kept going, just messing up my makeup. I had to reapply mascara. Because it was like rough. It was like the end of an era. Duncan Lacroix, brilliant. She's really great. She's really great performance. Gosh, Sam Hewen, all the feels. Claire, just so good. Everybody's just like so good. And that part where Claire's like looking down on him and she says his name, I just like sort of flash back to like Season 1 when him and her together, pals, roam through the Scottish Highlands trying to find Jamie singing. And that's the least favorite episode I have of Season 1. I don't like that episode, but I was thinking about it during this one, you know? It's a lot of like emotions, water coming out of my eyes. All right. This episode was written by Tony Graffia. She did the Faith episode. I feel like Tony Graffia really has like cornered the market on like making you cry hysterically in Outlander. So she always does a really great job with that. This is like gonna take me a while to get through this. Oh, okay. Now it's just Jamie and Claire. They're the only ones left, like the core group of Season 1. It's just like, oh. This is the end, you guys. This is the end of an era, and I have no idea what the hell is going to happen in the rest of the season. All right, so we have Roger singing again. I'm not going to pick on him. Given what happens by the end of this episode, I'm going to leave him alone about the singing again. Brianna and him are saying goodbye in the opening of this episode before he goes off to war, and I'm just like, can you just go back to the 20th century? Is it really worth all this fighting and war and threat of death? Is it worth it? No spoilers about the fate of Roger Mac. Let's just say that in the beginning of this episode, there's a little bit of a setup of maybe, just maybe, what might happen. Just a little bit of what's going on with what they're talking about, him and Brianna in the opening. Just saying. Roger's always getting into a pickle. He's like Claire, getting kidnapped, fighting for his life. Jesus, you can't take him anywhere. So he runs into Morag. Anyway. And lo and behold, the small light in this dark tunnel of an episode. Graham MacTavish, everybody. Yay! Dougal, Mackenzie returns, kind of. I didn't recognize his voice at first, but then when he came into the frame, I was like, oh my god, I think that's Graham MacTavish! How can it be anybody else? I don't care how young you're trying to make him look. That's him. I was curious to know if it made sense that William Mackenzie is the son of Geillis and Dougal, which is all the way back in Season 1. Was that obvious, or were you like confused? I kind of semi-forgot, sort of, kind of, and I'm not sure if the show really made it that obvious or that clear, even with the last time on Outlander little montage there. I'm not sure if that really made any sense. Geillis and Dougal's relationship happened in Season 1, right? And then Season 3, Roger meets Morag on the ship. Season 4, sorry. Are you really going to be able to connect all the dots? And does it matter? I don't know. But anyway, I like seeing Graham. That was kind of fun. Thanks, Outlander writers and producers. Let's talk about Jamie. Jamie looks pretty damn good for 50. Happy birthday, Jamie. If I'm so lucky to wake up one morning on my husband's 50th birthday and he looks that good, boom! Slam dunk. I picked a good one. Praise be. Him praying in the river is a bit of a favorite for some of the book readers, and so it was nice that they kind of included it. You know, shirtless. Most fans are not going to argue with that. I know it's all about Sam's acting. It's like, no, it's not. It's not. Did you notice the scar from Season 1 that's still on his torso? Still got it. I'm going to say it again, but him and Claire being partners, you know, when we see them the first time in this episode, they're like in bed chatting away about life and turning 50 and all these things. And I liked it. I liked it. I didn't appreciate the Claire singing happy birthday to him a la Marilyn Monroe. You know, I'll take whatever sex they got going on between them at this point. Stable sex, happy birthday Marilyn Monroe sex, fine, sure, whatever. Oh, Jamie wearing that red coat. Ugh, bleh. I thought it was a little bit strange in the season's promos that they kind of revealed that in the trailer. I think Sam Heughan had kind of said that he was a little surprised that they released that image of him because he thought it was a spoiler. Maybe more of an impact if that was sort of hidden away and we didn't see it until we saw this episode, him putting that red coat on and what it all meant symbolically for him and his journey up until this point. It was powerful. You definitely felt like his burning rage when he put it on. And then with the death of Mertz, it really just exacerbated all of that rage and his rejection, right, of Tryon and the British, and by the end of it, stellar job this episode, Sam Heughan. You know, I just don't have a ton else to say. This is a really hard episode. And screw all the people who didn't like the Mertz line still being still surviving up until the season, and screw you. And if you didn't cry, you're cold dead fish. Because it was really hard, and I think there's something wrong with you if you didn't cry, even if you weren't crazy about the Mertz line. I don't care. And now that this era is over, and we don't have him anymore, and now that the conflict between him and Jamie is sort of over and done with, what does that say for the rest of the season? We still got 4 or 5 more episodes, right? I may have read the book, but who cares? But I don't really know what's gonna happen because we only have one really loose, big thread, pain in the ass storyline that we still gotta go through. Bonnet. And I'm kind of curious to see what they're gonna do because all the shenanigans that happens in the book with him, don't even get me started. Roger, dun dun dun, to be continued. They just sort of end it with Roger like that, and you're like, you gotta wait another week. It's oh, I gotta process all of this for another week. My observation this time around watching this episode, no one says the P word. Every lady is with child. And finally, Claire should have stabbed Morton guy in the eye with a syringe when she had a chance. Guy's such a jerk. It was a really good episode. Tragic, but it was good. A small part of me really wanted Mertz to just maybe run away north or something, and maybe he'd come back in another season. I don't know. And my only thought about Bree is, she got on a horse and warned everybody what was going to happen. I'm glad she did something. You guys, this episode's a bit of a bummer, and I don't have much else to talk about. Catch me on Twitter. Catch me on Instagram. I don't know what this is. Sorry, this is supposed to, anyway. It's theUrbanOutlander.com. Check me out on Facebook. Whatever you do on the social medias, check me out. Let me know what you felt about this episode. What do you think is going to happen the rest of the season? Did you see the little teaser for the next episode? What the hell do they see in the bushes? Is it Bonnet? Is it a buffalo? Is it a wild flock of geese? What is in there? Still, not quite over. I need time. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Subscribe. And do us a favor, and let's keep this conversation going through our tears.